Void. Void.
Welcome back to another live stream here on the DriveSmart YouTube channel. Today we are taking on round number 3 of the DriveSmart to Daytona Challenge. The past 2 weeks have been insanity. We have gotten 2 different winners. Last week, Garrett Maines played some pit strategy to win at Dover. Today, we won this one with a tie for the points lead. It's going to be a wild race here at Nashville SuperSpeedway, a very iconic city, a very fun track to race at, a concrete SuperSpeedway at that. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to be joined by Robert Hill, Chris from DriveSmart, and Jeff Maconi in this one, as it's going to be 1 entertaining show as we take you the track facts. You see them there. We got a 78-degree Fahrenheit track temperature, partly cloudy for this one, a 2-mile-per-hour wind. It's going to be a fun one, man. Race number 3, DriveSmart to Daytona. You know the coaches chose their drivers. This is the first track that's going to be like Nashville SuperSpeedway. We have went SuperSpeedway racing, we have went racing at Dover, but now that we go in Nashville, a whole different wave of talent can show and rise to the top here in round number 3. We are at the halfway mark of the season, past the halfway mark, and we're only going to have 3 races to go, counting this one. So it's exciting. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a blast all around. So as we bring in Robert Hill Jr., how you feeling about this one?
I am excited for this one. It's nice to be here at Nashville SuperSpeedway tonight. Like you mentioned, Dover last week, Daytona to kick it off, and now this is going to be a different challenge for these guys. It might have SuperSpeedway in the name, but it definitely does not race like one whatsoever. So should be a challenging race. It's going to be all about keeping the tires under you and just keeping calm all night long. 100 laps, so a bit of a long one tonight.
The battle for this one is going to be Tucker Minter. He has won at Daytona. Last week, Garrett Maines won. We got a tie for the points lead. Who's going to break that here at Nashville? That's the big question. Who's going to break it?
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to monitor throughout the night. Those two very close in practice, qualifying as well tonight. And I think it's going to be likely Tucker Minter to come out on top out of the two of them after this round, but you really never know. Garrett Maines not afraid to throw the strategy out there like we saw last week. 2 tires paid off for him, and it could pay off again tonight.
Absolutely. We got to think strategy. With everything, we got to think strategy. It can change everything. It can be a game changer, especially on a track like this where tires are so important. So it's going to be down to who's going to throw that gamble. We got 100 laps here tonight. 100. This isn't going to be a short race. It's not going to be a long race. 100 laps to get it done at a track that means so much on tire wear, so much on track position. This is not an easy track to pass at. It's very difficult, very tough. You got to really work these guys over to even gain one position at this track.
Yeah, absolutely. Qualifying going to be key here tonight. You're going to want to start up towards the front of the field, have a nice spot on pit road, and not have to do too much work to get up through the grid. I think if we're going to see a race with aggression come into play, tonight might be that night.
Absolutely. So much on the line. And you know, like we said, the team leaders that came in here, drew all these drivers, handpicked their drivers. This is a different wave of talent. This isn't a super speedway. Dover was more closer to a short track, but this is, you know, a bigger track, more similar to a 1.5-mile track. Even though it is a super speedway, it drives more like a 1.5-mile track. So this is when we are going to see a different wave of talent. Like we said, Garrett Maines got a win. Tucker Minter has a win. Can we get a third different winner on week number 3? We got a field full of talent. Anything can happen. It's going to be interesting. It was a pretty clean race at Dover. We got a few crashes. We got a few hot tempers in that one, but this one is going to be a game changer. I'm predicting some long green flag runs. I'm predicting talent to really show here, but I'm also predicting some drivers to make some mistakes, whether if that's burning up their tires, wrecking, or getting involved in something they don't want to get involved in. This is a very wide track. Down the front and back straightaway, turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It's a wide track, and a concrete track at that. A very rare thing on the NASCAR schedule. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a very interesting race tonight. We mentioned the likes of Garrett Maines, Tucker Minter, but you also have to look back at guys like Christopher Hill, Braden Movick, and of course Daniel Mosteller. All these drivers up in the top 5 in the points, just about 10 points separating those top 5 guys, and they've all been very consistent this season. So it'll be interesting to see who can pull ahead and really show their dominance in this series after round number 3.
It's going to be interesting if we get an underdog winner here pop up and start snagging some wins later in the season. I mean, the championship battle is on. This is the Drive Smart to Daytona challenge. You got to drive smart in this thing, and that's what these drivers have to get down pat. We can't see more mistakes than we have seen already.
That's exactly it. And speaking of Drive Smart, I think it's time to check in with Chris and see what he's got going on tonight, DLB.
See it. What you got, Chris from Drive Smart? Yo, got the cowboy hat on. Ready to go here in Nashville.
So listen, I'm going to tell you personally, right? we have a lot of races coming up in 2024 with DriveSmart being that primary sponsor with Kyle Weatherman, but there is not one race that I personally am looking forward to more than going out to Nashville, right? I cannot. That is the trip for the boys, right? But what we have going on tonight, right, is race 3 of 5. And like you guys said, we have 2 winners, right? One of them are going to definitely be looking to take that commanding lead. Like you said, Robert, I think somebody is going to be a dark horse, come in here and get that 3rd win, right? And now it expands the entire field. But let's talk about what we got going on tonight for this 3rd race. So not only are we giving out these sick hoodies, the one I'm wearing tonight, right? And we've given out over 20, right? We also have the number 91 driver in the Xfinity series, Kyle Weatherman. He's going to be with us tonight. He's going to do an interview. So we have so much action and we have so many things going on tonight. I'm super excited. So I cannot wait to see the action, guys.
You heard it there. Kyle Weatherman's going to be coming up here tonight. That's going to be awesome. So, obviously, Chris known for a little bit of grilling. No grilling this week, but we do got Kyle Weatherman on the show.
Yeah, he takes all the pressure off me, right? I don't have to cook steaks or anything if Kyle's here, right? So we're super excited. Listen, just so you guys know, the steak was incredible, but what's at stake right now is somebody plus one of their guests and the influencer getting a trip down to Daytona and getting all access pass to spend the weekend with the team, go out there, and then ultimately, if we go out to dinner, hopefully they like a little bit of steak, you know? But we're going to find that out in about 100 laps tonight.
Absolutely. It's going to be a heck of a show here. Nashville SuperSpeedway. Like you said, Nashville was for the boys. I think tonight the stream is going to be for the boys because it's going to be a fun one. I mean, we got cowboy hats, we got fun, we got entertainment, we got racing action, we got a battle for the points championship and potentially a 3rd winner of the season. It's a 100-lap duel here to really go at it.
Yeah, it should be one heck of a show tonight. I saw a guitar in the background, Chris. Depending on how the race goes tonight, we might need you to strum a couple chords for us.
Listen, if I start playing the guitar tonight, you are going to go down to just like the 3 of us as viewers, okay? I am not a guitar guy. But listen, if we get Tucker, right, or Garrett to win, maybe I'll give you a few chords, right? But no promises at this point.
You can show us a thing or two about playing a guitar. I think it would be awesome. But it's going to be a blast all around. I mean, these streams just keep getting more and more entertaining week by week. And, man, I'm really looking forward to see how this season is going to unfold because, I mean, it's just every week's getting more fun, getting more wild, and you see it. I mean, the action's heating up. These are some of the best talents on iRacing, some of the best talents in sim racing going head-to-head. And you've seen how clean of a race they had at Daytona, how clean of a race they had at Dover. I mean, yeah, we got some action. Last week, we seen the 2 leaders beating and banging for the win when Garrett Maines took the W. And at Daytona, we had one exciting finish of where the leader got dumped on the final lap, and it just set up for a incredible run to the line there where Tucker Minter pulled that one off. Tonight is going to be something special because I don't think the drama is going to calm down.
Absolutely not. It's going to be another drama-filled, exciting evening. I think we're getting set to go here. Looks like warm-up just wrapping up here, DLB. So I think it's time to get ready to hit that grid.
Time to go racing. This is going to be fun. Like I said, it's a 100-lap race here. The pace car is ready. The drivers are gridding up. It's go time. You see it there. Tucker Minter on the pole. Bobby Zielinski, position number 2. You see it. Garrett Maines, who won at Dover, rolling off the grid in 4th. Pay attention to that because it's going to get bumpy. It's going to get wild. Who do you have your eyes on here, Robert?
Yeah, I'm taking a look back there in row number 6. Braden Movick and Daniel Mosteller, both drivers up in the top 5 in points, have been very consistent this season. And just ahead of them there as well, Christopher Hill. We've seen him in the top 5 both races so far. I would expect one of those 3 to definitely be up there contending for the win at the end of it. But, of course, can never count out the likes of Tucker Minter and Garrett Maines.
Christopher Hill was on the move last week. That's one I want to watch. And position number 14 is Ryan Moyer. That guy was really fast last week, got wrecked out early. This is his opportunity for a rebound, and I know he wants to make a point very early on to recover from how that Dover race went. An accident that he had nowhere to go and just got taken out. He wants redemption. We know he wants redemption.
Yeah, absolutely. Redemption is what these guys want. It's race number 3 of the season, so still a lot of time left to rebound from early season troubles, have an opportunity to compete for a victory. I'd also watch the likes of Timmy Pacquioli here tonight. He's a driver that we've seen work his way towards the top 10 in both events so far, has run into a bit of trouble, but starting back there in 25th, long night here tonight, 100 laps, so we'll see what he can do in, 100 laps time.
I think one question is, if you are starting in the back, how hard do you push that race car without burning up to your tires this early into it? Because it's going to be a long drive up to the front. Well, you see it here. The pace car is about to be ducking off to pit road, and Tucker Minter is going to be bringing him to get the green flag. He won at Daytona. He's leading them to the green at Nashville SuperSpeedway. So I think it's time, giddy up here, and we're going to take the green flag from Nashville, and Tucker Minter is off and ready to send him into turn number 1 and 2. Bobby Zalenski not the start he wanted because he's going to have a car to his inside.
Yeah, Tucker Minter able to get out to the early lead as we have a side-by-side battle here. It's Colin Bowden and Bobby Zalenski. That's Zalenski up high, Bowden down on the inside, looking to take advantage and see if he can work his way forward as Garrett Maines rides there just behind them in position number 4. The side-by-side does continue, a bit of contact there already between Maines and Bowden, as Bowden now falling towards the rear of the field. We'll see if maybe this is a strategy play or if he's just struggling here from the drop of the green flag.
Well, we see him 3 wide off turn number 2. It's going to get a little bit tight here. This is not that big of a multi-group track. It's a very wide one, but we've seen contact last time by off turn number 4. We are only on lap number 2. We may see some more contact as we continue. Pay attention to Garrett Maines. He's battling for third. He's trying to go up 1 position since where he started. Almost more contact off turn number 4. Almost more paint rubbing as he's trying to pin these guys down and trying to get the momentum and really carry this championship down. He knows up front Tucker Minter is leading. That's who he's battling for the championship right now. He has his eyes on him and he doesn't want to let him get away.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Tucker Minter does continue to lead. Bobby Zalenski, Colin Bowden, Garrett Maines, and Chase Schaefer up there currently battling for position number 4. He started in 6th tonight. That's a name we haven't talked a ton about this season, but he's looking to make a name for himself tonight and see if he can inch his way back into that points battle. Seeing a bit of movement towards the rear of the field. Nate Stewart already up 3 positions on the day. I think you're going to see a lot of comers and goers in the early portion of today's race. Guys that are going to try to save the rubber and guys that are just going to charge forward, go for track position, and then when it comes time, maybe play it a little easier through the middle portion of the race.
As the racing is getting more exciting here, you see Garrett Maines trying to make a pass going into turn number 1. They're side by side for it. This is the battle for the 4th position. Nobody wants to go down easy. The racing is getting tight. The racing is incredible. A few guys you got to keep your eyes on. Not only Garrett Maines here as that battle is heating up, but also we got to look at Bobby Zalenski. He's running in position number 2, and I'm saying that because how eventful his Daytona race was, how close he was at Dover. This guy is in fast week in, week out, carrying momentum, getting quicker. This guy is going to win before the end of this season. It's a matter of time. I'm a big believer in Bobby Zalenski. I'm a big believer that he's going to pull off a W. He's just waiting for his time. Heck of a talent. We have seen him at every single track be dominant, be quick, and has not been able to seal the deal in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's a great point. Bobby Zalenski's been very strong. We saw him be one of the dominant cars at Daytona. It just didn't pay off for him. That's kind of the way SuperSpeedway goes. You can dominate the entire race, and when it comes down to the end of it, you find yourself back in the midfield. But there's a reason guys like Zalenski compete at the highest level of sim racing, as we do see a side-by-side battle there. That's Jimmy Hayden and Logan Clampett. Clampett, another driver that we saw up towards the front at Daytona. And Jimmy Hayden, a driver trying to make a name for himself here on the Casey Kerwin team, driving that 24 machine up on the high side, currently back there around the 17th, 18th, and 19th positions, as we do see another car coming into play. That is the 79 machine of William Schmidt. So another driver we haven't really talked too much about, but running currently up in that top 20.
Logan Clampett was very fast at Daytona, very fast at Dover, but Logan got dumped on the final lap at Daytona while battling for the win. He's been looking for redemption ever since. Can he get it done here at Nashville? He's trying to fight and grind his way through the field. He's currently in the 19th position. I think he'll be there by the end, whether if he has to play strategy or if he has to fight his way to the front. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, as we watch the side-by-side battle here for position number 3, that's the 99 of Chase Schaefer down on the inside, the 29 of Colin Bowden up on the high side. They've got Garrett Maines just behind them, waiting for these two to potentially make a mistake as it gets really tight there through 3 and 4. They're going to slide up the racetrack a little bit, open the door for Maines, as Maines going to take a look to the inside of Chase Schaefer here. That is 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all under a blanket. As just behind them, Daniel Falkingham, another driver that's been up front in both races so far this season, looking to work his way into the top 5 and charge his way towards the front.
Daniel Falkingham is on the move right now. He's gaining positions. He's trying to get up there and earn these things. Now, we talked about earlier how this is a super speedway, but it drives more like a one-group track, as we almost had contact there with Daniel in car number 99. But this track is very hard to pass. You got to really work these guys over, or you got to be aggressive. We're seeing a lot of guys. I think we've seen Garrett Maines just do it. Daniel Falkingham right here coming up. Almost got into the 99. He's going to get around him. You got to either forcefully take these positions or take multiple laps to work them over. And we're seeing a lot of these top talents on iRacing forcefully take these positions just by throwing it in and hoping for the best. And it's clearly paying off for a lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. As you just saw right there, that's the 99 of Chase Schaefer and the 66 of Jacob Potak duking it out. Watching a replay here on the Maconi Entertainment replay machine. That's Falkingham coming up into the left front quarter panel of the Chase Schaefer machine. We'll see if maybe the bumper comes back into play when that 99 gets back to the 39.
So you've seen Chase clearly had to bail out of the throttle. If he didn't, he was probably going to smack the wall right there. So it was smart of him to bail out of it, but also you got to think he's probably a little frustrated that he had no choice but to bail out of the throttle, which tempers always end up bowling over here on iRacing. That's a part of sim racing at this point. Tempers get hot with these drivers. They all want it. They all have the passion for it. They all want to fight this thing out, and they all want to DriveSmart to Daytona here on round number 3, and they all want to make their trip to Daytona. So keep your eyes opened as some of these talents are working their way to the field and trying to get these positions however they can do it. The action is really heating up towards the back as the racing is getting extremely tight right here. Looking very single file, but they're just waiting for a hole to open and they're going to close it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think these drivers trying to play it a little easy in the early going. Well, the drivers outside the top 5, that is the top 5 has been like a bag of popcorn, just everyone jumping everywhere like little kernels trying to find where they belong on this racetrack. But, you know, we talked about a lot of drivers that have been strong so far and have a good shot at the victory tonight. Those of you watching over on YouTube on the DriveSmart YouTube page, let us know in the comments, who do you think is going to take the victory here tonight? And we'll see if maybe one of you are right.
So I got a question for you guys, right? So Tucker Minter is in first place, right? He's got the first win of the season, right? He had a decent finish in the second race. He's in the third race running first. Like, where's your head at? Like, what's your strategy now? Because, like, obviously there's going to be a pit break or a pit stop somewhere in here. But he's running good, right? So, like, if you're Tucker, what are you thinking?
If you're Tucker, you're thinking tires. You're thinking, I don't want to burn my stuff up. You're thinking the gap you have between you and Bobby Zielinski. You're thinking, is he running me down? Is Bobby pushing it harder than I am? And you're being very careful with your wheel input to make sure that you're not oversteering, to make sure that you're not pushing up the track, to make sure that you're not burning up them tires. Because them tires are ultimately going to win the race. We've seen it last week at Dover. We've seen it with pit strategy. But you got to question, who's pushing it too hard right now? I mean, we see Garrett Maines on the move. He's trying to put it up to the 3rd position. But I don't know. What are you thinking, Robert? What's going through Tucker's head right now?
If I'm Tucker Minter, my only thought process right now is I want to maintain the gap I have ahead of Bobby Zielinski. I don't necessarily need to pull away any further, and I also don't want to pull him in closer to me. So maintaining that about 7 to 8 tenths of a gap, 8 tenths of a second gap right now, like he has, is exactly where I would want to be if I was Tucker Minter, because controlling the race is important, and you don't want to be back there in the hornet's nest.
And a lot of the time when you're controlling these races, you assume is going to stay green. So your actions most of the time play into that. So you're not thinking, we're going to get a yellow flag in 15 laps. I don't need to push it right now. So you're probably seeing Tucker go very easy with it. I don't think he's pushing it. I don't think he's putting his car in danger, but he is paying attention to that gap. You don't want to give too much. He's paying attention to the lap times that he's running. I'm sure he has a target time that he's trying to stay on, and I'm sure he's doing a great job at that as he's keeping a good lead over Bobby Zalenski.
So who would you rather be right now, though? Would you rather be Tucker Minter, Bobby Zalenski, or, like, you know, the guy who won last week, Garrett Maines? Like, who would you rather be at this point in the race?
Right now, me personally, I think I would like to be Garrett Maines. I feel like it's too early, as much as you always want to be leading, and that's always the best place to be. We seen last week how the dominant car, which I believe that was Bobby Zalenski, you know, ultimately at the end didn't have the car get it done due to a bad pit stop. So some of these guys are going to sneak up. These are some of the best talents on iRacing. I think you've got to pay attention to who's moving right now. Anytime you're moving, you want to be that guy. You either want to be moving or you want to be leading. Right now, Garrett Maines is moving and Tucker Minter is leading.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I would want to be Garrett Maines as well. You're hanging out in the lane of traffic, not necessarily pushing yourself too far to try to get up to the front. Meanwhile, Tucker Minter has to hold off Bobby Zalenski. Zalenski's pushing harder to try to get up to Tucker Minter. So you'd want to be Colin Bowden or Garrett Maines at this point.
So we have our technical analysis guy, Jeff Marconi, right, in the booth. So, Jeff, I'm going to ask you a question, right? Say this entire race runs clean. We go 100 laps, no caution, right? Which I know is hard to do, and we're close right there. Where do you think you're going to see the first? Where do you think you're going to see the first pit stop, Jeff?
If I am just playing it safe, I'm basing my pit strategy off of the cars around me. If I'm Tucker Minter, I'm going to stay out as long as I can. You want to force other people. You want to take away their ability to stay out longer than you and then beat you longer. So if you're further back or you're not really sure, because a lot of these drivers don't have crew chief, they're going to pit probably right at halfway. They've got enough fuel to get up to about 80 laps or so, but you're probably going to see drivers towards the back pit right at lap 50, and the rest of the field, it's really a mixed bag on how they're going to respond to it. Some may say, I'm staying out as long as I can. Some may stay out an extra 5 to 8 laps, but you don't want to stay out the full 80 because then you're sort of throwing it away. You're going to be so slow long run with the tire fall off here. Best bet, probably about lap 54 is going to be your target. That way you gain a little bit more when you have fresher tires over the other drivers when they've already pitted early. But as you can see here, it's really tough to make passes, so pit strategy is going to be huge on gaining track position or stopping any bleeding that's going on if you burn off your tires. You have to make sure you don't throw everything away. It's very difficult to make passes here. The biggest mover so far is a couple drivers have moved 3 positions up. That's it.
It's looking wild all around. I'm paying attention to the lap time between Tucker Minter and Bobby Zalenski. Tucker has been a little bit faster every single lap. So that makes me think Bobby may be beginning to fall off a little bit as his competition is closing in behind him.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, the quickest car last time by was actually Colin Bowden, and he's been the quickest for the past 2 laps. Seems like he's trying to close that gap in and is closing the gap on Bobby Zalenski as they run currently. You can see it there.
You've seen him run a little bit higher.
Quicker right now. Yeah, he's running a different lane that's coming into play as he's trying to get up there to pass Zalenski. About 1/10 of a second separating those two as they run.
Like I said, yeah, Colin's definitely running a little bit higher. He's going to go for a pass here on the outside. Bobby's going to slam the door on him. He's not going to give him the outside. This obviously Colin is not saving as much because he's running a groove, which is going to hurt his tires a little bit more, and he's really starting to push it for this position. How will his patience carry him through this run? Because he feels like right now Bobby's falling off pace and he has to go. While these guys are battling it out, 1/10.5 quicker almost is Tucker Minter. He's checking out for the field.
Yeah, Tucker Minter pulling away from the rest of the field. About 1.15 seconds is the gap between himself and Bobby Zalenski right now. And with Zalenski and Bowden starting to battle, that gap is just going to stretch further and further as all they're going to do is slow each other down. And Tucker has no lap traffic to deal with at this point. The closest car to going a lap down is actually Kenny Reel, and he's only 7.5 seconds behind your race leader. Actually, it's approaching 9 now as the tower does update, but that's only about a third of a lap down.
Colin has made it to his outside, the outside of Bobby Zielinski. They're side by side in turn number 2. This is the battle for the second position. Now, they are reeling in the guys behind them. Garrett Maines is running them down. I think we're going to see Bobby easily go down to Colin right here and give him that position. It's too early to race it out. These are smart competitors, or maybe I'm wrong. Here comes Bobby Zielinski back on the bottom. He did not roll over. He wants to hold on to the second position. Now he's finally going to go down and give it over to Colin.
Yeah, Colin Bowden does complete the pass there on Bobby Zielinski. Now able to pull away from him a little bit here. Let's see if he can create any sort of gap. As you see Zielinski go back down to the bottom, trying to charge back towards the Colin Bowden machine. But, you know, Jeff Maconi touched on it earlier. Nobody's really gained anything so far. Biggest mover on the day, Logan Clampett, up 5 positions, and he's still running back in position number 14. So it's been really tough for these drivers. You may start seeing the strategy come into play in probably the next 15 to 25 laps. As Jeff said, you might see some undercuts, might see some overcuts, but we'll see who the first one to bite is.
So what do you guys think about giving away a hoodie at this point, right? We're running good, we're running clean, we're 30 laps in. Why don't we give away a hoodie? You guys down with that?
I'll always
do
do
it.
that.
All right, so what do they got to do, DLB?
They got to type something in the chat here, and I think we're going to choose a winner. Now, that is over on the DriveSmart warranty channel. I think if you type something in the chat, we're going to pick a random winner and give away a hoodie. Now, the winner, whoever wins, you just got to reach out to the DriveSmart warranty Twitch, contact us over there, and we'll hit you up in the DMs and get your shipping address and get you all taken care of. But how about you all type something in the chat, anything in the chat. Put ones in the chat, put anything in the chat, and that's going to enter you a chance to win one of these beautiful DriveSmart warranty hoodies.
I finally got mine. The thing is incredible. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? This hoodie is incredible. It's the best material. It's like an athletic fit. I love it. So make sure you guys go ahead and put anything in chat. Go ahead and give us a comment. Tell us who you think is gonna win, and don't forget, right? We got Kyle Weatherman, the number 91 driver right here. He's going to be in, and he's going to be doing an interview, and he's going to be giving away a hoodie soon. So go ahead and type anything in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and do that giveaway soon. So don't be shy, right? Type something. Let us know how you feel. Make a comment. Tell me what you think about Bobby's strategy or how you feel about Tucker. But we're super excited.
Absolutely. The chat is popping off right now. They all want some hoodies. It's winter season. It's about to be a cold winter ahead. I think you guys are going to want one of these cozy hoodies to wear.
Yeah, we have a battle heating up here once again. Bobby Zielinski and Colin Bowden. Zielinski going to take a dive to the inside of Bowden. Bowden up top in that 29 machine, trying to see what he can do for the Landon Huffman team, see if he can work his way up and battle for that victory. But Tucker Minter's now pulled 1.6 seconds ahead of the second place car in Bowden. So he's just out here for a nice Sunday drive.
So, I think it's time we give away a hoodie here. And I see all you guys putting in the chat that you guys are wanting to win a hoodie here on lap number 34. As you see, the battle is still heating up here, man. It's crazy how wild everything is currently looking here on the DriveSmart channel. And I think it's time we give away a hoodie. What are you thinking, Chris?
I'm ready. So, production team, if you could go ahead and roll that thing. And it looks like it's going to be a Jags B Jaggin. Congratulations.
How about that?
You just won a hoodie, so you know what you got to do, right? You got two options. You either got to DM us on our Twitter at GoDriveSmart, or you can go into DJ's Discord. Go ahead and message DJ with your size, and we're going to go ahead and send that thing to you, all right? Congratulations, Jags.
Jags, you are one lucky man. Them hoodies look beautiful. You're going to be cozy this winter. Congratulations, man. Super, super cool. We got 50 watching on the DriveSmart warranty channel, and you were the lucky one to snag the first hoodie of the night. Now, Chris, are we going to be giving away some more hoodies tonight? Because I think these guys need to stick around so they can win some more.
Oh, yeah, we have like at least 3 more hoodies to go, right? Plus, we have Kyle coming here for an interview. Plus, we got all this racing action. Listen, it's a great day to be a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super excited.
We're going to
Always.
give Kyle away as well.
We're going to give Kyle away?
Yeah, we'll give him away tonight.
Suppose we got
not
Kyle Weatherman
sure,
joining the
consented to
chat.
that. Listen, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't know if he consented to that, but at worst, I have Kyle's mannequin with his fire suit sign.
That is awesome.
We need the mannequin to hold the guitar up, though.
So we're going to bring in Kyle Weatherman when we get the opportunity. And, man, Kyle has a big year ahead of him. Big year ahead of him. He's going full-time, driving the number 91 car. DriveSmart is going to be on the hood of it. So let's bring in Kyle Weatherman when we get the opportunity here. And we can see he's locked on to the action. So how you feeling, Kyle Weatherman? If we can get him unmuted. We need Kyle to unmute here, and we're going to be ready to go. There we go. Kyle Weatherman, big season coming up. We're excited for you, buddy. How you feeling about the action, and how you feeling about the upcoming season? I'm ready to kick things off at Daytona. I'm sure you are too, buddy.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. But yeah, Mentor, he's putting a butt whooping on these guys right now. I thought once the 29 car got around that Zielinski, I thought he was gonna start running him down. But I think once he moved up, just a little too early, and his tires went away a little too quick than he was expecting. So yeah, Tucker is running a really good race right on the yellow line. That's how I've always ran Nashville, and it looks like he's figuring it out. So he's definitely got something figured out that the other guys do not.
Absolutely. He has it figured out. He's charging. And this whole event, I mean, how are you feeling about the whole 5-week series, having the draft, having these iRacing competitors get put on a stage to come out here with DriveSmart and really put on a heck of a show in front of all these great fans?
I think it's great. I love what they're doing. It's incredible. I'm very excited to have DriveSmart as a partner all year this year with the 91 and DGM. I'm excited for it, but yeah, what they've got going on here with this DriveSmart to Daytona is really cool, and they've got the best iRacing guys fighting it out. I've been noticing, I'm a huge Logan Clampett fan. I've been noticing that he's moving his way up the leaderboard. I think he's to 11th right now. I think if he would have qualified better, I think he would have had a better opportunity. So hopefully potential caution comes here shortly. But yeah, he started I think 19th. He's moving his way up, I think. But Nashville's a hard place to pass, and you know, he's making some ground. I know you guys mentioned earlier that he was the biggest mover. Looks like he's still making it happen here. So I'm excited to kind of see where he ends up here.
So Kyle, you've had a very exciting 2023 to 2024 offseason, right? You've had some things go on. You got married. So let's talk about your yeah, look at that ring. Let's talk about your offseason in 2023 going into 2024. What's that been like?
Yeah, it's been cool. It's been really cool. We got married December 2nd. We went on a cruise, my first cruise, and we went to Coco Cay. We went to Haiti, went to Dominican Republic, 2 days at sea. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was really cool. I will definitely be on a cruise again soon. Like I said, that was my first one. But we got to get back to this action here. We've got a battle for here. Once again, Logan, which is my pick to win the race. A long shot. He qualified bad, but he's passing for I believe 10th here. So, and he's going to get these other two here really shortly. These guys are battling out here. I'm excited to see Logan moving up. I'm a huge Logan fan, and it looks like he's going to get a 4 for 1 here in a quick second.
Yeah, Logan's making a heck of a drive right now. He is driving his butt off. And he's kind of doing your strategy you just talked about. He's going to take it tight to the line. He's going to try to go and get that inside position. So if you were his coach right now, right, if he was on Team Weatherman, right, which I guess they're all on Team Weatherman, right, because one of these guys are going to meet you in a few weeks, what would you be telling your team right now?
Well, first I got on him because he didn't qualify good. So that he's making it harder for himself to start. But he's going to put on a good show, which he's doing right now. I think he was patient early. You know, I think he knew that he didn't qualify good. Took care of his tires early, and you're seeing it pay off now. We're on lap 45. We're almost halfway through the race, and you know, just depending on how he's feeling, you know, kind of depends on when his pit stop will be. But I would give advice to pit between, if it's going to stay green here, I'd say 65, 70, around there. Maybe played a little bit long, just because knowing Logan, I think he's probably saved his tires to go long here, and I think that's probably what he's planning on doing. But it's going to be hard to run down Tucker. He's got a 2.5 second lead just about, and you know, Logan is 5.5 seconds back, so that's going to be hard to make up. But he's definitely making it entertaining for us, that's for sure.
So with your experience, right, as you get later into these runs, especially at Nashville, right, and you get into lap 50 and you get into lap 60, what adjustments do you have to make as a driver to kind of sustain those type of runs?
Yeah, well, as the tires start wearing off, you got to slowly start backing up the corner. You know, you can start using a little bit less brake and start rolling the corner a little bit more. But yeah, you just got to take care of your tires, especially here on this concrete here at Nashville. It just wears the tires out really quick, so you just got to be really patient with it, which is I think what never mind. I thought we had a caution. Sorry, I saw that yellow thing pop up in the corner. Got me going for a second, but yeah, just taking care of your tires, and I think that's what he did. As you can see, he's moved up to 7th, and yeah, just slowly starting to back off the corner and just really starting to roll the corner and wrapping that yellow line. I think that's what they're doing.
So I don't know if everybody knows this, but Kyle, when you're not driving the car, right, what do you do Monday through Friday? I heard you're in the shop, huh? You like live in the car, huh?
Dude, I was mounting a seat today. Actually, I lie. I was assisting mounting a seat, and you know, the day before we were putting some brake lines on. Yeah, I'm hands-on. I've been hands-on since I was 8 years old. When my dad and I started racing, and my brother, we were out in the shop cleaning the go-karts. Then we would go play our Nintendo DS, right? So we got all the work done, which is very important, and you know, that work ethic has stayed with me now. So I love it. We've got 4 or 5 guys in this Charlotte location shop that are working on these cars, and I love building that morale. I think that's really important to build morale with the team and just be interactive with those guys, and I love it. Yeah, so I was putting a seat in today. Tomorrow, going to finish up that. We've got the rear end housing. The truck arms are going in tomorrow. Mario's coming up from the Florida shop, bringing us some more parts and pieces. So, you know, hang out and spend a little time with Mario. Don't get to see him often. So when he's coming up here, and once again, I know our first pit stop. Here we go. I'll let you guys take over. You guys are a better announcer than I am, but we'll get to these pit stops real quick, and I'll be right back.
See it there. We got cars hitting pit road, and they are bringing them down. Now, the question is, 4 new tires obviously going on the car, and I would assume they got enough fuel. Now, they are pitting on the halfway marker. That tells me they intend on going green flag racing all the way to the end here.
Yeah, pit strategy definitely coming into play there. We saw the likes of Potak go down. That got very tight right there between Armstrong, Movick, and Coaster as those cars battled 3 wide for position number 7. You're seeing it now. The 77 of Oxendine, he's jumping up into that play as well, and he's going to try to work his way up to position number 9. But yeah, pit cycle definitely starting now as we saw Potak down there on pit road. He brought a couple of other cars with him. McCartney down there on pit road. Currently, I believe Schmidt hit pit road as well. So we'll see who else follows and who will be the first one to bite from this top 10 as Moyer now coming down pit road. I believe he was just outside the top 10 there, DLB. So getting closer and closer to those top 10 guys pitting. As speaking of getting closer and closer, Logan Clampin now less than 5 seconds back of the leader and up into position number 5. He is he's on a roll here tonight.
Logan is moving fast through the field. Now, my question is for Jeff Maconi. If you're leading this thing like Tucker Minter, you're seeing all these guys short pit. They're trying to throw you off. They're trying to get you to come to pit road. When do you bite the bait and come to pit road? You got a fast car. You've been up front all day. When do you bite the bullet and bring it down pit road, put 4 new tires on it? Or do you wait to see if the guys behind you are going to do? Obviously, if you pit too early, it's going to be too late. And if you pit too late, it's going to be wrong as well.
Right now, Tucker's in a very tough position, and I'm basing my strategy off of Logan Clampett because he is the only guy on track that's absolutely running him down, and Logan Clampett gets very loose coming into pit road there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time of probably a second, maybe a second and a half. So if I'm Tucker Minter, now that Logan Clampett is in, I'm hitting pit road. He's the one I'm most worried about. You've outrun Garrett Maines, you've outrun Faulkingham, you've outrun all the other guys, you've outrun Zelensky. but Logan Clampett was reeling him in and was on pace to catch him, and is still on pace to catch him if it stays green to the end. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I believe he is. Yep, Tucker Minter must be listening, because as soon as Logan Clampett came in, here comes Tucker Minter the next time around.
That was a great call, Jeff. Yeah, I think if Clampett's able to gain anything here on this pit cycle, I think he's going to be the car to beat tonight.
So we're seeing Logan come off pit road, but we're going to pay attention to him coming onto pit road because we got a car drifting up ahead of him. Hey, yo, it's getting wild coming up pit road. You don't think these tires are smoked and you don't think they're hot? Think again.
I think, honestly, what happened there was he was focused on that car ahead of him that went for a slide and didn't realize his markers were coming up so quick. And that's when he went for a bit of a slide. But we're definitely going to have to watch and see what he can do here over the next handful of laps and see if he can close that gap up to the rear end of Tucker Minter.
Show how many cars haven't pitted yet. Logan Clampett is in position number 25 currently. Now, he's gaining positions every lap. But we got a lot of them stretching it out, maybe hoping for a yellow, maybe hoping they can play some strategy. I think this thing's going to stay green for a pretty good while, as Logan Clampett has now moved all the way up to the 19th position and continuing to move to the front as we got more guys hitting pit road every single lap. Garrett Maines is going to pull up right in front of Logan Clampett up the back straightaway. Garrett Maines is now in front of him.
Yeah, looking at the current running order, Colin Bowden did jump Tucker Minter, but he pit 4 laps sooner. So that's definitely going to be something that you'll see cycle through. The gap between those two, less than 2 seconds currently. So as they run, it's Bowden, Minter, Potak, and Zelensky, the top 4. Those guys separated not by too much out there on the racetrack. So your top 6 still yet to pit. Armstrong through Real. But I would expect those guys to come down momentarily, as you definitely don't want to push it too long on these tires or that tank of fuel, because like Jeff mentioned, if you wait too long, you're just going to be way too slow out there on the racetrack.
Absolutely. Another question for Jeff. If you are Armstrong or Stewart or any of these guys stretching it, are you just hoping for a yellow, or what's the thinking behind keeping it out for this long?
If you're staying out this long at this point, your bed is pretty well made. You're sort of at the tail end of being able to kind of make it work. You're bleeding time right now, but if you pit in the next lap, you might be okay. But anything after this, your bed is made, and you have to stay out as long as possible and pray to any deity possible. I don't care who it is. You are praying for a caution before you run out of fuel.
So we just seen Nate Stewart hit pit road. He is pitted from the 2nd position. Armstrong is still on the racetrack, I believe. Logan Clampett has made his way all the way up to the 11th position. Garrett Maines is now running 10th. Bobby Zelensky is up to 8th. Tucker Minter is now up to 7th.
I think at this point, if you're still out on the racetrack, like Dustin is coming in the 6th, I think it's too late. Now you're just... You're taking the worst of both worlds. You've stayed out too long, and for it to really be worth it, and you're coming in too soon for a really long run in hope for a caution. So if you're Joe Armstrong, Tommy Brandon, Kenny Real, you're sort of in this really weird spot of you've already made your bed, just stay out, and if you don't get a caution, you're a zero. You know, it's a hero or zero at this point. If you don't get a caution, you tried it, it didn't work out in your favor. But if you pit now, you're just throwing away any chance that you have.
We got action everywhere on this racetrack, but as Robert said, Colin Bolden did jump 1 position around Tucker Minter. The tire strategy may be a make or break. We're about to have a battle for what will be the lead when this pit cycle cycles through. Can Tucker Minter run him down with a little bit fresher tires? He has had pace all day. He has had control of this race. He has led all the way up until this point, and now he's on the rear bumper of Colin.
Yeah, I definitely think the 4-lap difference is going to come into play if we do get a longer run here. You can see right now Tucker Minter absolutely closing that gap rather quickly on Colin Bowden. I think just raw speed is going to come into play here as Armstrong hits pit road. Just Kenny Reel left out on the racetrack currently, and this is a long time to stay out on those tires. I think, like Jeff said, he's kind of made his bed at this point, and I think he's banking on a caution within maybe the next 5-10 laps or so he can be on the same strategy as these guys. As we see Tucker Minter take to the inside of Colin Bowden, it's going to get really tight between those two. Maybe that's the caution that Kenny Reel's waiting for.
If a caution comes out in the next 12 laps, Kenny Reel will be fine. He needs a caution in the next 12 laps, and he needs to maintain this pace. He cannot slow down at all. But if he maintains like this, in the next 12 laps, if there's a caution, Kenny Reel will be in the lead and will still be in the lead when he comes into pit. This could still work. This might be a genius move by Kenny Reel, but he needs that caution no matter what.
These two drivers are racing like they're racing for the win, because ultimately they know that anyone in front of them can't make it to the end on fuel, can't make it to the end on tires. That's why they're pushing it this hard. But still, with as many laps as we have to go, there is a thing of pushing it too hard and burning up your tires, even if you are racing for the lead and racing for the win. We seen it last week at Dover, where maybe the fastest car of the race didn't win because they pushed it too hard. Are we going to see the same thing here today at Nashville, and will this reel someone like Bobby Zielinski into the picture, or Garrett Maines? They are not too far behind. With these guys racing, they are making that gap smaller and smaller to the cars behind them.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to depend how hard they battle here. Minter now clears Colin Bowden, so I would expect Tucker to be able to start pulling away a little bit here. He was much quicker as we have a car coming down pit road. That is Kenny Reel, so he has thrown the parachute and decided it's time to come down pit road. We're going to throw that strategy away and just get those tires now. So Tucker Minter officially retakes the race lead as Kenny Reel going to fall back to the tail of the field.
Tucker Minter is a man on a mission right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Tucker Minter is a man on a mission. So now that we got all the pit stops through, why don't we do our second hoodie giveaway, right? So we're going to need everybody to go ahead and type in chat if you want to win one, right? And why don't we bring Kyle back, right? Let's bring Kyle back and kind of get some of his input on how these pit strategies went and his plan moving forward.
Absolutely, that sounds like a good deal. So you heard it there. If you want to win a hoodie, put something in the DriveSmart Warranty YouTube channel chat, and we're going to select a random commenter here. So make sure that you make that chat blow up right now. You can type as many times as you want. It'll probably just give you more entries. So spam that chat, make the chat go wild, make the chat go crazy, and one of you is going to walk away with the second DriveSmart Warranty hoodie giveaway of the night.
So, Kyle, what is your thoughts on the pit strategy with Minter and Bowden and Kenny Reel? Like, what are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I like Reel's idea, right? He was running towards the back, so he tried flipping it. Didn't work out, unfortunately. I like Bowden's as well, right? So he was just trying to get ahead, you know, and it worked for a little bit, just needed a caution, right? I think both of those strategies were played for a caution to fall, and just has not happened. So, yeah, Minter, right, as of right now, there's, 30 laps to go, 29 laps to go here. He's got in the bag so far. I don't think anybody's going to have anything for him unless some type of caution happens. So, yeah, still super impressed with what Clampet's got going on. He's chopped off, almost 2.5 seconds off of the lead that Minter had. But yeah, just too many cars to pass. He's about to make another pass here on Zielinski. I don't think there's enough laps. So, yes.
Uh-oh!
Whoa! Look at that. I'm
now
pumped
how
for
you
this.
feeling about Logan?
That's cool. Yo, drop in the chat caution, because that's just what happened. We're giving away a hoodie. I don't know if we've done that yet. So in the chat, caution. This is exactly what my man Logan Clampett needed. He is going to be 5th. He needs to gain a position on pit road, no speeding. He needs to get in the box hot, and he needs to get around a couple of these other cars, and he needs to make a show out of this, which I know my man can do.
So Kyle, let's talk about some exciting news, right? So you're in the 91 car, right? And DGM has a 92 car, and it looks like you got a teammate coming up to Daytona. So you want to talk about Josh Bilicki?
Love it. I love Josh Bilicki. He is a great teammate. I've been a teammate with him a couple of races. Josh is awesome. He's a really, really cool guy to be a part of. Glad to be a part of the organization. I think he's got a handful of races put together, hoping to do more. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Josh is a good teammate, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And when we seen the announcement today come out, we just seen a hand looking to sign on that 92. I had forensic analysis going out there. But here we go into a lot of pits, right? So Tucker Minter's coming in. The entire field looks like they're coming in. What's the strategy right now, Kyle, if you're pitting at lap 73 out of 100? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, you're definitely taking 4 tires, and then just getting on pit road good, which I think 3rd, 4th, 5th got closed up really tight. Getting in your pit box really fast, getting stopped really fast, and just getting those 4 tires on as quick as you can, and trying to beat a couple of those cars. Right now, I'm kind of basing it off of Logan Clampett. Right, he's the only one that I think has anything for Minter, and he was the one that had to get on and off pit road as fast as he can and gain a couple of spots, get around Maines, Bowden, Zielinski, and have a chance. But let's see where he comes out here. I think he actually, unfortunately, loses a spot, so I'd be on the mic right now yelling at him. Just kidding. But, yeah, no, I'm excited to see this. Either way, there's still going to be about 20 laps or so, and still give it a shot. But cautions breed cautions. So I'm guessing that there's probably going to be another caution. Stay out of trouble and give yourself a shot here towards the end.
So is this like a brand new race now, Kyle? Now with
it is a 20-something lap shootout. You put any type of tire saving mode behind you. Those Goodyear tires can hold on for 20 laps. You're going for raw speed here. Whatever you got, whatever type of tricks, anything you have, throw it at it, because you're not going to have opportunity here in a little bit. And yeah, so any of these top 5, 7 guys, yeah, whatever you have for speed, throw it at it, because you've got 20 laps to go, and it's going to be what you got.
All right, so I think now's a really good time to give away a hoodie. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, so go ahead and roll it, guys. And it looks like a Suiting Rex. Suiting Rex, guess what? You just won a hoodie, right? One of these dope hoodies from DriveSmart. One of these 91 Kyle Weatherman autographed on the back hoodies, but you have to do one of 2 things. Either go ahead and message us on Twitter or go into DJ EJ's Discord and go ahead and DM him directly. And congratulations, my friend.
Congrats. Be lucky, because actually, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even have a hoodie yet.
How does it even happen yet?
I don't even have one yet. It's fine. You guys, I'm excited for you guys.
Do you have the helmet near you, Kyle?
I do not. It's actually getting the visor put on. So next stream, it'll be done.
That's super sick. So, yeah, but 2024 is going to be super exciting, right? And let's say your guy gets to Daytona or one of these great drivers. I mean, these guys are great drivers when it comes to sim racing. What's going to be some advice you give them to kind of like forward their career? Like, what do you say to a guy who's fighting their butt off to get to where they want to be in this type of situation, like a Tucker or a Garrett or a Zielinski or a Clampett? Like, what do you say to them if they win?
Yeah, just relationships are important. So stuff like this is really important, and just work harder than everybody around you. And I think some of these guys do. And yeah, just being patient. Don't get overly tied into not getting the opportunity that you thought you could or should have had. Right, just keep your head down, keep digging, and just stay focused. Know where you're at. And here's a replay of the caution. The 7 got turned on the back straightaway. It looks like his night is unfortunately done. But yeah, just stay focused and continue to claw and climb. Tell you what, I think I know what Logan Clampett's thought process was. He was 5th coming in, which would have been on the outside. Oh, no, 5th would have been the inside. Never mind. Ignore what I'm saying. I thought he was going to try to be on the inside, but 5th is on the inside. I'm not good at math, as you can see.
Yeah, you just got to drive fast, right? Math.
Yeah.
You didn't get into racing to do math, right? So
no, he needs to drive smart.
Yes. Yeah, because like I said, I think this is the first caution. I expect to see that be the 2nd or 3rd caution here in the near future. So yeah, just be smart. Pass a couple cars here. and be ready for the final restart, which I do not think is this one.
All right, so as we go into the green flag, let's bring it back to DLB and Robert.
You see it there. Tucker Mentor is going to lead him going into turn number 1 and 2. Now pay attention because Garrett Main's got a pit road in position number 2, but he is going to lose that position, and then there's contact. They may be wrecking 4 wide up turn number 2. Everyone's trying to shuffle through this. We got some big winners and some big losers up turn number 2.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be one of the losers at this point as we see side by side for second. It's Bobby Zelensky up top. That was Logan Clampett on his inside. As we have one going through the infield, that is the 70 machine. He's going to try to gather it back up. Aaron Smith was just outside the top 10. Now finds himself dead last as it's going to be Minter, Zelensky, Clampett, Falkingham, and Main's the top 5 here with 23 laps to go.
So, Logan Clampett has found his way up to the 3rd position, so I'm sure the Kyle Weatherman fans are loving this. He's up a 3rd. 2nd position is Bobby Zelensky. He's trying to make a rebound, trying to make a comeback, but the biggest winner out of this deal is Tucker Minter. He got an even bigger lead because second on back, that's so shuffled, that allowed him to check out without even trying. Now, if you're Tucker, how hard do you push it? How hard do you go? We're coming to 21 laps remaining this time by. I think if you're Logan or Bobby or anyone second on back, I think it's go time. You pull the trigger now. You try to run down that gap. And if you're Tucker, you try to keep that gap as large as possible without burning up your tires.
It's absolutely go time. I think Logan needs to get by Bobby as soon as he possibly can without wearing out those tires. If he can clear the Bobby Zelensky machine within the next 2 to 3 laps, work his way into second, I think he'll have a shot to maybe get up to Tucker Minter with just a couple of laps left in the run if we do stay green, which I don't know that we will. But you definitely want to have the freshest tires to make that charge towards the lead.
So paying attention to lap time. Right now, Bobby Zelensky, last time by, he was a little bit faster than Tucker. This time by, he was a little bit faster than Tucker. So he's definitely cutting into that lead, and not only he's cutting into it, he's taking Logan and everyone on back with him. So that tells me how hard is Tucker pushing it right now, because we're seeing the entire field really start cutting into that gap of Tucker Minter right now. This is a big opportunity for second on back. They haven't been able to keep pace all day, but now late into it with under 20 laps remaining, they are there. Tucker just ran a 30.4, while Bobby Zelensky ran a 30.3. We're seeing a little over half a tenth quicker from second on back.
Yeah, I think what these guys have done so far has been pretty remarkable. These top 3, they've all been able to run their way towards the front. Minter's absolutely dominated the race tonight, which I will say I did call that out before we started, as he is now trying to cement his way at the top of that leaderboard to try to set himself up for a nice trip to Daytona in a couple weeks. Maybe enjoy some steaks with Chris here, but you see right there, Garrett Main's calling Bowden coming together. That's going to open the door for Schaefer to get down to the inside. This is where you may see a caution come out. These guys not giving each other room whatsoever, and if you get too close to each other on those quarter panels, netcode could come into play, or, well, we're just going to use the bumper and try to move Garrett out of the way.
I think
he got out the good old chrome horn with that one, and almost contact as Garrett tried to hop down right in front of Christopher Hill going down the front straightaway. So we're definitely seeing the action pick up around here. Patience is running out. I think also just some things you got to think about if you're Garrett Maines. You are seeing car number 10 of Tucker Minter just drive away. He knows they came in tied for the championship. He knows he has to get up on the wheel and go run this guy down if he wants to keep his points and streak alive here and really go get that championship.
I think tempers have officially began flaring, and now is the perfect time for it. If you're one of the drivers that drives better when you're a little bit ticked off, this is the perfect time because you are not worried about saving tires anymore. You got 15 laps to the end once you hit the line here. You are absolutely driving the tires off of it, especially when you've got someone like Tucker Minter out in front. You need to give it everything you've got if you want to have a chance at catching a driver like him.
Absolutely, it's getting wild. So, Robert, who's your pick right now? I mean, I want to go with Tucker, but I see these guys eating into his lead. I'm paying attention to the lap times. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. I really want to go with Logan Clampett right now to win this thing. I'm curious what you think, Robert. I mean, the clock is ticking. Under 15 remaining.
Yeah, coming to 14 to go this time. I picked him from the start tonight. I'm going to continue to go with Tucker Minter. I think at this point he's toying them a little bit, letting them think that they can get up to him, maybe pass him. I think he's still got something in the tank. He's trying to save just a little bit of tire here if they do get to him, and he's just going to pull away even further. So with about 5 to go, if they do stay green, I'd expect that lead to grow even further for Tucker Minter. He's the guy that's going to run away with this victory tonight, and he's going to solidify his spot at the top of the standings.
We've seen Logan be aggressive all night. Now that he has made it to the rear bumper of Bobby Zalenski, how does he get around him? I mean, he's just going to have to work him over. I think he's going to be aggressive, and he's going to try to stick his bumper in the first opportunity he gets. He's all the way there, almost contact. Coming off turn number 2, he's looking to his inside. Not enough to get the job done, but he knows the clock is ticking if he wants to get up there and challenge Tucker right now. And like you said, Tucker may be taking it a little bit easy. He may be toying with the field. But if that yellow flag drops at any moment with under 10 laps remaining, this changes the entire race. And I think we could very well have a demo derby from here on out. Now, Logan, once again, all the way to the back bumper of Bobby.
Oh, no. We got one around down into the infield grass. He's going to gather it back up. But I think that is the 86 machine. He's going to try to gather it back up. That is Timmy Pacquioli that we saw just go through the grass. I think the worst thing right now for Tucker Minter would be a caution that leads to Logan Clampett on his rear bumper.
I'm paying attention to the lap times. Tucker is now a 10th faster than Bobby Zalenski. Tucker Minter has dropped the hammer here, but pay attention to the crash, because right there you see Timmy all the way into the wall, almost got the inside wall. What a job keeping that car out of contact from everything.
Listen, Timmy Pacquioli did a great job trying to save it, right, because he got slid into in front, and ultimately he was just kind of a victim of circumstance, so it's really, really tough to see, but he did a really good job saving it and not wrecking the field, so big credit to Tim in that situation, but it's tough to see that, especially this deep into a race.
You're absolutely right, and we just saw right there again the bumper getting used between Garrett Maines and Colin Bowden. Tempers definitely flaring between these two, and I think this is something we're going to have to keep a little bit of a side eye on here as we head down here into the final stretch. Just 10 to go. Here comes the bumper again.
Whoa!
Bowden's just going to spin him out this time. Garrett Maines shows why he's one of the best. He's able to gather it back up and continue on here, but gotta wonder if something happened earlier on that we didn't see that led to the absolute aggression between these two.
Well, Colin on the
in the back,
restart,
cord to the wall. They're both gonna save it.
on the restart, Colin Bowden got a little bit loose in front of Garrett Maines, and Garrett Maines didn't lift as much as probably Colin was hoping he would and got into the back of him, and that's why Colin lost so many positions. So I think that's where that anger stems from. But look at that save back there. These drivers are really leaving it all out on the line.
It is
There's the caution.
big
Whoa.
crash.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Whew, a lot of big names taken out in that one. Unbelievable. Look at the carnage down the front straightaway.
That's the 53 of Nathan Coaster. I believe Joey Misevich was also involved in that one. This may change everything here, guys. Clampett's going to have a chance to potentially make a move. I think this starts around Jimmy Hayden in the 24. No, it's just behind him.
It started around Nate Stewart. Nate Stewart moved down and into the right rear of the 53, and Nate was also involved in a wreck last week at Dover. So it's getting intense out there. All of these drivers really want that trip down to Daytona.
Their body panels are not going to make it to Daytona, as we just saw what looked like a tornado of body panels all over the front straightaway right there.
Right here, watch it. Look at the impact. Airborne there for a second. Hood's flying. Back bumper's flying. We got a hood laying on the front straightaway. It's a junkyard, man. And then that second hit for car number 53 definitely didn't help anything.
Nolan, can we ride on board with Misevich through that?
Well, we got big pits coming in here. It looks like the entire leader is Tucker Minter leading the pack going into the pit. This is going to be the make or break moment, right? I think they're coming in with, 4 or 5 laps to go. I mean, this is the
Logan
entire
Clampett stayed out, Chris. Clampett and Schaefer staying out.
That is, you know what? That's Kyle's guy, Logan Clampett, for the race. I mean, this is a hell of a strategy, but, man, these last 5 or 6 laps of the race, they're going to be something at this point.
Wow, and Tucker loses. That might have been strategic, though, to try to get his way. Oh, actually, no, a lot of guys staying out. Muvik, Abbott, Real, Armstrong, Coaster.
This is just what Logan Clampett wanted to see, because we know, we spoke about it early on, track position is super, super, super important. You've seen the strategy at Dover that won the race last week. This is a good opportunity for Logan. I think he made the right call. We got at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys stayed out. So Bobby Zielinski is going to be restarting in position number 8, I believe. He's not going to have enough time to get up there. We're going to be taking the green flag with potentially 4 remaining, but this could cause a big crash as 4 new tires is going to try to drive through 0 tires.
As we take another look at the Maconi Entertainment replay machine, riding on board here with the 64 of Joey Misevich. I believe he's the car that takes a huge impact on the front end.
Yeah, he definitely took quite the hit. He definitely took quite the hit. I mean, like we said, it was a junkyard all around. It was a heavy impact, a junkyard. Watch out right here. Try to shove him 3 wide. Not enough room. Send him around. Where do you go? We got some guys trying to miss it. Unfortunately, it's nothing but carnage and debris. It's a mess.
So, Jeff, let me ask you a question, right? So now that these guys have gone to pit, right, and we have different strategies, so if you did pit right now and you're in a position to try to climb in the pack, like what type of advantage do you have with like 4 or 5 laps to go?
Well, you're going to have a lot more grip than them, and you're going to carry a lot more speed through the corner. So these drivers in front that stayed out on old tires are going to be trying to get to the bottom and defending the bottom of the racetrack. If you're Tucker Minter, get ready to move up to that 2nd, 3rd lane, maybe even get as close to the wall as you can in some form of Larson line at Nashville SuperSpeedway. Your only shot is to go where they cannot. On those old tires, you can't make it up to the top. It's going to be too slick. It's going to be too crazy. So if I'm Tucker Minter, Bobby Zielinski, I'm looking to get to the top of the track, or I'm going to stuff it in on the bottom so that they can't, the drivers in front on the older tires can't do it. Your advantage, though, really comes on corner exit, where you've carried more speed through the center, and then off the corner, you can get yourself in a position to get the line that you want to have into the next corner.
So, Jeff, with your shop, right, you know a lot about these cars. Would you rather be Logan Clampett right now, or would you rather be Bobby Zielinski or Tucker Minter?
Logan, I am definitely hoping to be Logan Clampett in this situation, but only because there's 3, 4 rows of cars between you and the guys on fresh tires. You don't have to hold off Tucker Minter right now. You're holding off really Muvik, I would say, is going to be the best chance based on the way he's been driving all race. But the fact that there's 3 rows of cars between you and the guys on fresh tires, I don't think 5 laps is enough time for them to get their way through unless they are very aggressive. But I say that, if anyone on the service can do it, and I had to choose, my first 2 choices would be Bobby Zielinski and Tucker Minter. They are 2 of the best drivers, hands down, no doubt. If anyone can do it, it's them. It's just, can anyone do it?
We gotta watch the aggression level between these guys at the back with 4 new tires. Now, the big thing Logan has going for him, he's going to get an early jump. He went as early as possible. The big thing Logan has for him is so many cars in between him and the 4 new tires. Logan is already gone. This is good for him. This is great for him. He has 3 laps remaining. And here comes Tucker Minter, 3 wide middle, shooting it through the field. He's back inside the top 5. Tucker is dropping the hammer as they're taking 2 laps to go this time by. Does he have enough time? If he gets another yellow flag, it'll be big for him. We got a car around in the back. We are going to keep it green. Tucker is eating up the back bumper at 4th. All but going to move him. There may have been contact. Tucker has took over the 4th position. Now going for 3rd with a 3 wide pass through the middle.
Tucker Minter up through the middle. That's Corey Abbott on the high side. Braden Mavick down on the inside. You mentioned that he dropped the hammer. He's just hoping that the hammer doesn't drop him as he works his way up to that third spot. 2 laps to go. The popsicle sticks already displayed, coming to 1 lap remaining. It's Logan Clampett out front, hoping to see the white flag this time as Minter going to take to the high side of Schaefer. 1 lap to go, and Tucker Minter's about to take over second place with a push from Bobby Zielinski.
Tucker is there. 1 final shot. This is the final lap from Nashville Superspeedway. He's there, boys. I don't know if he's going to get the bumper out, but he's going to really try to eat up Logan down the back straightaway. There's contact in the back. Here he comes. 1 final shot for Tucker Minter in turn number 3 and 4. He's going to bomb that baby in there, but it's not going to be enough. Big crash in the back. He's there. He's trying to make the pass, but it's not going to be enough. Logan Clampett is going to win at Nashville Superspeedway.
Wow. What a drive there at the end by Tucker Minter. Bobby Zielinski, as that was a big hit for Nate Stewart and Jimmy Hayden. I believe that was Corey Abbott we saw go to the moon there coming to the finish, but nonetheless, Logan Clampett picks up victory tonight ahead of Tucker Minter, Bobby Zielinski, Daniel Falkingham, and the 99 of Chase Schaefer. That was one heck of a race tonight.
That was the craziest finish I've seen out of 3 races so far. That was the craziest finish. First and foremost, wow, Tucker Minter is a heck of a driver, right? But the entire, oh my God, these guys were driving for every position. I cannot believe what I just seen.
I don't know how smart they were driving at the end, but they were driving hard. Yeah, they have a warranty, so it's okay.
I don't think the warranty even covers that, brothers. That was bad.
I mean, that's probably one of the biggest crashes we'll see this season. Is like that crash started off turn number 2 and ended post-race. It didn't calm down. Logan is burning that baby down. We went into this. I said going into this one, Logan was in position to win the first 2 rounds. Happy to see him get it done in round number 3. I know this was Kyle's guy to get it done, and he got it done for him, and he's putting on a heck of a burnout. What a win. Logan Clampett to win and to get victory at Nashville Superspeedway. This is going to be fun. We still got 2 more tracks as we got cars getting pushed across the line, just trying to make it to the end. That was nuts. What a W. And remember, we still got Indianapolis coming up. We still got Homestead, Miami. 2 wild race tracks. I don't think this is going to be it may be the most exciting so far this season, but I think we have plenty of entertainment to close this one out for the final 2 rounds. Let's see who wins the DriveSmart to Daytona Challenge.
And we got Logan Clampett in first, and we had Tucker Minter in second, and Bobby Zielinski in third, Daniel Falkingham in fourth, and we had Chase Schaefer in fifth. Sixth is Cody Oxidine, and Christopher Hill in seventh. Eighth is going to be Colin Bowden. Ninth is going to be Armstrong, and 10th is going to be Schmidt to round out the top 10. So while we get ready to go ahead and interview Logan Clampett with Kyle Weatherman, why don't we go and take this thing to a break? And while we do the break, all you have to do is type in chat, and guess what? We're going to give away another hoodie. So go ahead and put your comments in chat. We're going to get Kyle. We're going to get Logan Clampett in here. We're going to have an interview, so you guys get ready for that. And let's go to a quick commercial break.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the DriveSmart to Daytona Challenge. It was a eventful one. Kyle Weatherman's man, Logan, got it done here today from Nashville. We're going to send it over to Kyle to give a nice little interview to the winner, Logan Clampett.
Logan Clampett, my man. Dude, that was impressive last couple laps there. In the stream, I was definitely noticing from 19th, moving it up slowly. You were my guy from the start. How did you make that call? Was that your call? Was it your team's call? Either way, incredible job. Yeah, talk me through those last couple laps there.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I got up to third in the first place. So and thank you for picking me. I'm sorry I screwed up my qualifying lap, but I love this track to death. It's just like I love just being glued to the bottom. I think that was just a huge advantage throughout the whole entire race. Especially once you got to be able to use your tires up at the end of the ends of the runs, and thankfully everyone kind of burned their stuff up by like arcing it in a lot and stuff, and just kind of tried to arc them out, do the best I could, trying to pass them because it was so hard to pass. But yeah, that staying out call, I just said I'm going to do the opposite of what the leaders do, because really I don't really have much to lose or gain in the drivers championship, since I wrecked out at Daytona, which really sucks. But thankfully there was no caution. I went early, so that could happen. So thankfully we got the dubs.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race, man. Congrats. And yeah, you're the best at saving tires. I've known that for a long time. I feel like that definitely played into your strategy. Yes, yeah, these long runs. Starting 19th, yes, we're going to have to get on you on those qualifying efforts. That's unacceptable there, Logan. But either way, you made it a show. It was an incredible show. And yeah, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Kyle.
Big W's there from Logan. It was definitely an eventful one all around. I mean, we knew this whole night was going to be one of the craziest races of the season. And crazy is definitely what it was here. I can't believe he made that strategy work out. I can't believe that as many cars stayed out as they did. Man, it was wild. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, I think that was definitely a great race, DLB, but I think you should have a chat there with DJ, see how he's feeling. His team finally got a victory tonight.
DJ, what's going on, man? You got your first win of the season, and it came at Nashville. What a W, man. How did you feel about the strategy of Logan there? Did you believe in that, and whose call was it to keep him out onto the racetrack?
Well, the race was great that Logan won, but we had a very poor team race just due to circumstances and wrecks and bad luck, which was unfortunate, but it was always great to get the win there. The strategy, like Logan said, we were thinking about having every single member of the team stay out for a little bit just to play blockers, but we had a little bit too much damage on most of the cars for it to be a smart thing to do. So we decided just to play off strategy with Braden and Logan off of what the leaders did. And I really wished a few more people stayed out in the back, but I understand why they wouldn't. So we had about 7 cars staying out, and it was a pretty good buffer for Logan, but Braden ended up getting swallowed up and unfortunately involved in a last lap wreck. So we probably lost points overall there from where Logan and Braden were prior to the caution. So I guess that's what it cost for a win, but it was still a great win.
Absolutely. You picked Logan going into this season. You must have knew he could have got it done. Did you, okay, so obviously qualifying didn't go as planned. Did you predict he would be here in victory lane after 100 laps? I mean, he was the fastest car in the field from start to finish. Had to throw a bit of a gamble there at the end. But after that qualifying effort, could you have seen him in victory lane?
I didn't see him winning the race because Tucker was really, really fast, and I don't think you could pass Bobby at really anywhere on that track during a long run. So it would have been really tough to even get up to second there. I was very confident Logan could get at least a top 5. With that caution, that strategy, we knew that was our only shot, and we're just out here trying to get dubs, trying to play the game, trying to rack up the points. And we had a really good looking day with 3 people in the top 10 after the round of green flag pit stops. And when bad luck happens, that kind of goes away. But hey, I can't complain about a W.
So, Justin, this is Chris from DriveSmart. So you met Kyle in Texas, right? And Kyle picked your driver, Logan, to win the race. So do you think it's because he met you and he kind of knows your style? Or how do you think that? Like, how do you think he picks Logan?
I think everyone just knows that Logan's one of the best fixed racers in all of iRacing. Even if he's not in the Coke series anymore, that's not because, like, if he's not good or anything. Like, Logan is one of those people, like me personally, I think I'm pretty good in the ARCA car, but then when I race against Logan, he gaps me by 2.5-3 seconds in 35 laps. And it's just like, you want to check his computer sometimes to see if there's anything suspicious on there. But I'm joking. He's just one of the best. Everyone knows it. And so I was very happy to take him with the #1 pick.
Listen, what you just said is the best compliment anybody with a ton of talent could ever get, right? So congratulations tonight, Justin, on that win, DJ EJ, right? Don't if you guys don't know, go ahead and go to his YouTube channel at DJ EJ and go ahead and give him a sub. He's got content all the time. And I think right now is the time to give away that last hoodie. So, like, if you didn't type in chat yet, I'm sorry. You got about 2 seconds. But go ahead and get all that stuff out of the way. That was an incredible race. And then Dustin, real quick, where are we racing next week? What does it look like next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern?
Next week, we are going racing from the Brickyard. One of the most iconic tracks in not only America, but in the world. Indianapolis is always the go-to track in all of motorsports. So we got Indianapolis next Thursday night, 8 p.m. You can catch all the action here on the DriveSmart Warranty YouTube channel. We're going to also be joined by Robert once again, as always, here in the commentary booth. And then after Indianapolis, we're going to follow that up with Homestead, Miami, to finish out the season where we are going to crown a champion in the DriveSmart Daytona Challenge.
All right, so let's go ahead and give away that hoodie. Go ahead and spin it. And we are looking at a Tyler Tinsley. Tyler, congratulations. You just won a hoodie. Go ahead and message us on Twitter at GoDriveSmart or go into DJ EJ's Discord and message him directly. Listen, from my perspective, that was an incredible race. Tucker, he's going to have a little bit of a lead right now, but I just want to say thank you from everybody here in the production booth, to Dustin, DLBTV, to Robert Hill, to Jeff Marconi, to Nolan, who you never get to see but did all the production, to Kyle Weatherman, our favorite driver, and to all of the guys that got out here and girls that got out here and raced, and everybody in chat. We love you so much, and we cannot wait to see you next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern, where we're going to be giving away more hoodies, and we're going to be getting one step closer to the drive to Daytona. Have a great night, and we'll see you all next week.